Howard University, one of the nation's most esteemed historically black colleges and universities, has issued a powerful and urgent statement in response to the Trump administration's proposed fiscal year 2026 federal budget. As a long-standing symbol of black excellence and educational leadership, Howard has stood at the forefront of advancing opportunity, equity, and scholarship for over a century and a half. Now, as the nation's fiscal priorities are reshaped, the university warns that the newly proposed budget represents a significant threat, not just to its students, faculty, and staff, but to the broader mission of higher education in service to marginalized communities. The proposed budget includes sweeping cuts to federal education funding, with potential reductions targeting student financial aid, research grants, and institutional support programs, many of which are lifelines for HBCUs across the country. Howard University, which has long relied on consistent federal investment to uphold its mission, is sounding the alarm. According to university leadership, these cuts are not just numbers on a page. They carry real and immediate consequences for thousands of students who depend on programs like Pell Grants, work-study opportunities, and federally funded research to access and succeed in higher education. In its official statement, the university characterizes the budget as short-sighted, inequitable, and damaging to the nation's long-term interests. It emphasizes that these proposed financial reductions strike at the heart of what makes American education a global model: its promise of access, mobility, and innovation. Howard points out that such a move not only jeopardizes the progress made in recent decades toward diversifying professional fields in academia but also risks reversing gains in science, medicine, engineering, and social research that have been driven by minority-serving institutions. The university's leaders have been vocal in outlining how federal partnerships have enabled Howard to expand its capacity to serve students from underserved backgrounds, conduct pioneering research on health disparities, and contribute significantly to public service. A disruption in this funding could curtail academic progress, stall essential community outreach programs, and make it increasingly difficult for students from low-income households to enroll and persist through graduation. Howard University is calling upon its entire community, students, alumni, faculty, policymakers, and concerned citizens, to engage in active advocacy. The university encourages all stakeholders to contact their representatives, demand restoration of equitable educational funding, and reaffirm their commitment to the nation's moral and constitutional obligations to educational justice. At a time when racial and economic disparities continue to shape the American experience, institutions like Howard remain essential to bridging those divides. The statement further reflects a broader concern shared across the higher education landscape, that this budget signals a deprioritization of intellectual growth, civic responsibility, and racial inclusion. Howard's message is clear: diminishing support for HBCUs is not merely a political choice. It is a moral failing that places our collective future at risk. Cutting educational investments in black institutions undermines decades of national progress and contradicts the very values of opportunity and equality upon which the United States was founded. Despite the challenges ahead, Howard University remains resolute. It pledges to continue fighting for its students, faculty, and the communities it serves. The university reiterates its unwavering belief that education is not a privilege for the few but a right for all. It will persist in holding the federal government accountable for policies that impact millions of young lives, and it urges all Americans to join in this fight. As Howard has always done, it will rise to meet the moment, guided by its legacy, strengthened by its people, and driven by its mission. The university invites all those who believe in justice, equity, and the transformative power of education to stand alongside it as it challenges these harmful proposals and defends the right to learn, lead, and thrive.